Good day, everyone. Today we are going to begin lesson number 1 of Political Science, class 11th. The name of the chapter is Political Theory and Introduction. Dear children, this is the beginning of political science in a formal way. So, it introduces you about political theory. It tells you about the scope of political theory, importance of political theory, what do we study in political theory, as well as it would tell you about what are the qualities of a good citizen. So let us begin with it. Dear learners, before diving in political science, I want to make you feel that as human beings, we are unique in some aspects. And such a unique quality of human beings is their rationality, their rational nature. In simple words, being rational means when you see logic behind something, when you see the good or bad about something, when you want to make a situation, or a particular process more better than its existing position. Okay, might it be a social process, might it be a particular tradition, might it be in big terms some social norms. Okay, the second unique quality of human beings is that they do understand that with time some norms should change. They should be adjusted in respect to time. Some existing norms should be replaced with new technologies, with new methods, with new proposals. They should be purposeful. They should be fulfilling our requirements, isn't it? This has happened not only in the social terms, but in our lifestyles, our requirements, our living patterns, even in many of the social customs as well. So, children, political theory examines questions of this kind and systematically thinks about the values that inform the political life, that make our system or the government system more better, like freedom, equality, justice. And political theory also explains you the meaning of as well as importance of these and other related concepts. These could be citizenship, this could be secularism, this could be peace, this could be development. Children, political thinkers of the past and present, whatever they had done, whatever they had thought, that is also associated with political theory. At an advanced level, political theory looks at whether the existing definitions of the social norms are sufficient or relevant or not, or what should be modified, what should be added to make it more fruitful. So this would be an introductory part of what we include in political theory. If I summarize, I'll say political theory introduces the simple meanings of political concepts such as liberty, equality, citizenship, nationalism, peace, etc. As well as it would be telling us about the various political philosophers' point of view. Likewise, it would be adding the meanings of present and past political concepts. Okay. Now, before moving ahead, let me tell you about what politics is, because about politics nowadays many wrong conceptions are going among the youth. So let me clear you about politics. First of all, I want to let you know that present day politics is being attached with something which is very bad. Sometimes you would have heard people saying for someone who is not doing good. You would have heard about people saying about him that he's running politics, he's involved in bad politics, he's playing a game of politics. Something like you would have heard about people saying about someone who is not doing good, who is corrupt, who is not involved in social social adjustment type of things. Okay, for that people would have commented that he has been involved in bad politics type of thing. Children associating such type of things with politics would not be correct. Actually, politics is nothing which is bad, which is only bad. We cannot say that is all about politics, because children, there is no society which could exist without some or other kind of political activity. We cannot imagine any society without some or other kind of political activity. Okay, might it be very small institution of any society, maybe family. You would find some persons to dealing with the outer affairs, someone who is dealing with the internal type of duties, someone who would be managing about the economic type of thing. So all this work division, okay, all this type of division is also a part of politics, is also part of administration. So if I say administration is incomplete without a kind of political body, that would be very fair, that would be very true. So you know, politics is something which is inevitable and very needed type of activity which any society, might it be extremely old society, might it be tribal society, might it be civilized society, might it be extremely scientific society, it would need some or other kind of political wing, some or other kind of political body to run the things in the correct way. Okay, so finally, politics is a desirable activity and we shall involve in it for making the administration more better, as well as for fulfilling the correct desires of the people and creating a environment in which everybody is being provided his or her just desires. No one is being restricted from the judicious opportunities. For that, we'll need a correct political body. For that, we'll need a body which is not dominated by a particular section. We'll need a political body which is working for whole, not for self. Politics involve well-being of all the people. It does not discriminate people on the basis of caste, color, creed, or gender. Children, it is really very unfortunate when we see in current context when political leaders have become totally selfish, when we see people getting involved in scams, when we see many of the political leaders falling in some or other kind of corruption type of things, it is really very disappointing, because if they are in power, they are supposed to be selfless, they are supposed to be honest towards their duties, and they are supposed to see the well-being of whole society. If they are using the power, if they are having the power, that power should be used for the well of all. Politics should not be used for the self purposes, rather political powers should be used for the well-being of whole the society, for making a particular state as a welfare state. Politics should be used in a correct way. Children, when I say a welfare state, I mean to say a country which is providing equal opportunities to all without any kind of discrimination of caste, color, creed, or gender, where opportunities are not restricted to any of the certain group. When I say welfare state, I mean to say that anybody, may he be from any group, may he be from any gender, may he be from any region, may he be from any religion, could get a fair chance to be public servant, to be uplifted, to get a fair chance to be representative. In a welfare state, old, sick, women, farmer, industrialist, everyone would be taken care of. In a welfare state, the prices of the essential commodities would always be a fair price. The government would frame policy in such a way that no one is being cheated, and such government bodies, such political bodies would be guided by such a policy that state does not creates any kind of power rivalry or any kind of inhuman type of activities. Rather, it always promotes harmony among the different religious or regional groups. It creates the secular values, it establishes the democratic type of principles at its wider extent. So children, for promoting all such type of things, politics should be dealt in a proper way. So finally, we can say that politics is not confined to the affairs of government. In fact, what governments do is relevant because it affects all of us, in many different ways. So the actions of government affect us deeply. That's why we take lively interest in government's action. Might it be introduction of simple railway line, might it be introduction of new policies, might it be the new budget, whatever. So we do take lively interest in all such of activities. Why? Because government sections would be impacting us either in positive or negative way, some or other way. So most of these activities are taken seriously by the people. Clear? And that's why children, it is also supposed that ordinary people should not only be the viewers of what government do, they should try to be the good leaders too. Good leaders would only be those who work selfless, who work for the public, who work for the whole of the society, and they do make society as an egalitarian society. They do respect for the democratic principles. Clear? So politics would always be respecting such type of thoughts and such type of people. Clear? Now children, let us go and see, after getting a simple introduction of political theory, let us see what do we study in political theory. Children, it is very simple. When I say that what do we study in political theory, I am directly referring to the subject matter of political theory. What is the subject matter of political theory? So its simplest answer is political principles. Its simplest answer is about political values. So in political theory, we would be studying about some particular political principles. We'll be studying about particular political thoughts, political values, might it be liberty, equality, fraternity, citizenship, nationalism, peace, development, etc. Okay, so other than all these values, we would also be examining that what way these particular values are being visualized in present context. For say, we say equality. Okay, in independent India, many of the laws have been provided to establish equality. That is good, but are all those norms have really established equality in its desired way? Have we overcome the evil of untouchability all the way? No. Its definite answer would be no, not exactly. So children, don't you feel over here that political theory also deals with such kind of questions, that how to overcome the existing gaps, how to cover up, how to come out of the evils which are deeply rooted in the society. Might it be of untouchability, might it be of the gender discrimination, might it be of the some other social evils which are deeply rooted in the society. So political theory would always be dealing on such kind of questions. Okay, it would also be examining the implementation of the laws in a proper way. Secondly, political theory also, just a minute, political theory also deals with the ideas and principles that shape constitutions, governments, and social life in a systematic way. Political theory clarifies the meaning of concepts such as freedom, equality, justice, democracy, secularism, and so on. Political theory also search the significance of principles such as rule of law, separation of powers, judicial review, and it also examines the arguments put up by different thinkers Might it be Plato, Aristotle, Mahatma Gandhi, Ambedkar, Kongji, any. Okay, that how far we have reached up to these principles. Political theory also reflect upon our current political experiences and point out the trends, and also siege or looks for the possibilities to give proper direction to these particular political principles. Clear? So this would be the subject matter of political theory. Clear? So we stop over here for today. In next video I'll be letting you know about why do we study political theory. Thank you.